Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Oath Esports. Today, we're going to be playing some Valorant, so it's pretty exciting. Um, I'm here again. I'm Tease Aiden. For those of you who don't know me, those of you who maybe new, and I'm here with Jackson Amnesia.
Yes, sir.
Um,
Yes, sir.
yeah, and back at it again. Really, it's
Back
it's
at it
pretty
again.
exciting. It's pretty exciting. I'm definitely going to be seeing a lot of newer faces here. Just cuz. So for those of you who are new, welcome. Hope you have a great time watching these games. I know a lot of these players have been putting in a lot of work, and those of you returning, welcome back. It's always great to see you here. Um, just wanted to also hit another point. Well, every week, I guess, on Tuesdays, the Overwatch portion of the Oath League is playing. It's always a lot of fun to go check out. So if you ever get the chance, you might want to go check that out as well.
And I
Uh,
think we should go ahead and mention that since the Overwatch and Valorant games have been switched for people who've been here in the past, previously we've had Valorant on Tuesdays and Overwatch on Thursdays. Obviously, switching that, Valorant is now today on Thursdays, Overwatch is on Tuesdays. But we will be keeping that fitness challenge on Thursdays. So we will be rolling for the fitness challenge before the second game happens.
yeah, that'll just be right after the break. It's fun, it's easy, but that's just,
Yeah.
something we like to do. But today, for those of you who don't know the format, every week we will have the teams that play on stream. They are assigned a specific map that they will play. So this game and the next game that starts, believe it should start at 8. Um,
Yes.
they both will be on the assigned map, which this week is going to be split. Um,
Split, baby.
yeah. So Jackson, do you have anything to say about it,
I
about split?
mean, I think I know we talked about this a little bit ago, but I personally am not the biggest fan of Split. I think it's a better map now that it's kind of changed a little bit. The thing with this map, for anybody who's never really seen it before, it's a very defensive sided map. It is probably the most defensive sided map in the game right now, just because of all the verticality that there is and all of the small choke points that each team has to go through on both sites. There's just these small little hallways kind of that each team has to go through, and even mid is kind of this, you either go into vents, which is small, or you go up into heaven, which is also small. So it's just all these small points where defenders really don't have to cover very much, and that's personally why I don't love it, but we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Just very narrow walkways throughout the whole map. But I
Yeah.
mean, that can breed a lot of fun. Um,
True.
just because of the certain agents' abilities. It can cause a lot of chaos. Of just
Raise is one of those
corners and
especially.
yeah, exactly. Being able to just throw out the Roomba, like the bot that drives along. Um,
Yeah.
I mean the grenades and even her ult. Um, it can clear out a
Showstopper.
lot of space and cause a lot of chaos, which can be a lot of fun. So definitely kind of excited to see it because this map hasn't actually been in the play pool for a while, I
Yeah.
believe. I don't know how long it's been.
It's
Um,
it's been a little while. They removed Breeze and Bind, so neither of those are in the map pool. And now it's Lotus, the new map, and Split. So
yeah, so 2 maps, I mean, Split hasn't been seen in a pretty long time, and depending
yeah,
on when you started playing the game, you might have never even seen this map before it, was just recently re-released. Um,
all the new changes.
yeah, and then Lotus, completely new map, no one's really seen it
Never
before.
seen before.
Yeah, never seen before, it's completely new, so, I mean and even that map, it'll be interesting once it comes along through rotation to be able to, finally see it, being played on a higher competitive level.
Yeah, for sure. And we haven't mentioned yet, probably should mention this. The first game that we will be watching will be Damage versus Vandals. That'll be the first game that we go through. And then the second game will be Ace versus Cryptid. If you've been here before, if you've watched Oath Valorant last season or seasons prior, um, the rosters are changed. Everything's completely different. So the damage you're seeing now isn't the same five players you saw last season. So just keep that in mind.
Yes, and, that can I mean, it's kinda hard to word, but, I mean, that can be good or bad for certain teams,
Yeah.
not having played with each other. Like, some of these players have never played with each other before.
Yeah, it's
Um
definitely a new vibe. Because at the end of last season, they've been playing with each other for months, so you kind of start getting that like group. You kind of know what's happening. You know who plays what. You're kind of just go 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 towards the end of it. But now we are starting a new season, so it's like now we're going to have to play with new people that we might not have ever played with before. They've practiced, they've played with each other but they haven't played with each other with the months that they had before yet. So
Yeah, it's recreating that synergy, right?
yeah,
Um, so I mean, it'll be interesting to see. I mean, first couple weeks might be a little bit rougher around the edges for all the teams just because of that.
yeah,
Um, but you never know. Some people might just be able to click a little bit faster than others. Um, that's just kind of part of the game at this early of the stage. So,
yeah, for sure. And I talking about changes, it's been a while since we've, seen Valorant before. And for new people who may be watching that haven't even seen Valorant before, what is this game? Well, to put it simply, Valorant is a 5v5 tactical shooter where each team starts on offense, another team starts on defense, and then they'll play through separate rounds. It's first to 13. Halfway through, they'll switch sides. It's every 12 rounds.
mhm.
After 12 rounds, they switch the opposite side. Um, and defenders, there's two bomb sites, three on some maps. Lotus and Haven are the two maps that have three bomb sites. But Split, you'll see today, only has two. The defenders have to prevent the attackers from getting on those bomb sites and planting the spike, which is like a bomb sort of. The attackers have to try to get to one of those two sites, get the bomb down, and let it basically blow up before the defenders can come defuse it. Or the defenders can stop them before they even get the spike down.
Yeah. It's kind it could be considered simple, it could be considered hard. I mean, there's
Yeah,
definitely intricacies to it. But I mean, in the end, it's just plant spike, let it go, let it blow up, or
yeah,
stop that from happening.
yeah.
Um,
And
um,
I think the hardest part that you have to learn about Valorant is the abilities. There's so many different I don't even know how many agents there are at this point. I forget the exact number, but there's a lot. So,
mhm.
and they'll only keep adding more as the years go on. So, I think the hardest part is just learning what each individual characters do. Like we talked about Raze a minute ago. She has a grenade that she can throw and does AoE damage. She has her ult is Showstopper, which is basically a rocket launcher that also does AoE damage. Her whole thing is just blowing stuff up. So, eh, yeah,
Yeah. And you know, even and not just Rays, we've talked about her a couple times. Um, but I mean, there's other roles as well that need to be taken
yeah,
care
yeah,
of. You've got your controllers who, their whole kit is just based off of placing smokes on the map. Limiting eyesights and eye lines. So, and that's extremely important for this game.
yeah,
It
for sure.
it'll slow down your attack, and it can also, for the defenders at least, it'll slow down the attack. And then for your attackers, it's helps you get on the site. If they can't see you, they can't shoot you. You know,
Yeah,
and so it's kind of a important role to have those controllers up and available. Um, so there's a lot of options when it comes to your
yeah,
controllers. It'll be interesting to see what these teams decide to bring out. A lot of the time, you see Omen and Brimstone. Those are the two most common because, I mean,
Viper
they're
too.
they're pretty easy to use. They're kind of point and click adventures, is
That's
the is
true.
the way I like to think of them.
Yeah,
Um, and yeah, I mean Viper as well. It just takes a little bit more
Choose your agent.
yeah.
forethought to
Viper is
use
definitely
her.
more skillful. Yeah,
Um, and then even the newer agent Harbor, he's been around for a little bit longer now. Um, but I would say he's pretty easy as well. He's just a little bit more aggressive.
yeah,
The play style needed to use him is just a little bit more aggressive because he's very hands on. But we're gonna be jumping into the map pretty shortly here. And So we'll have Vandals starting off on the attack with damage on defense.
Yes,
Um,
sir.
and
And
yeah.
I think for people who were here last season and maybe haven't been keeping up with Valorant, if anybody remembers from last season, we saw the biggest agent change last season. We saw so many great chamber plays. And Aiden, I know you know where I'm going with this,
Hmm.
but chamber was played, I think, more than almost any other agent last season, and he was changed a lot since we last saw him. Chamber got a pretty hard nerf, meaning he got a lot of his abilities are worse. So you might not be seeing much of Chamber anymore. You might, and with that comes other Sentinel options, with Cypher being buffed, getting better abilities, his abilities changing a little bit. We might see a lot more Cypher, a lot more Sage, especially on Split. We see a Sage on both teams. It's with these tight corner maps, having a wall to block something off is super, super big.
Yeah, one wall basically shuts down an entire portion of the map. Um, so Sage is kind of invaluable, especially on split. But already jumping into the round, we see Vandals deciding to move a little bit quicker. Cher holding this corner, already throwing out the paint shells, taking a little bit of chip damage, but Ubity landing that first shot and getting the first kill of the season.
Coop coming around already. They're all the defenders running out, knowing that they're B.
Oh,
What a
Lazy
lazy time
Titan!
just sitting here, nobody noticed!
Spike
No.
planted.
Coop is able to find the trade for Lazy, but now Damage is gonna have to jump in, trying to get this retake already. The best finds another shot onto Glacier. And Coop just trying to get something going right here, but
Last
with the
player
classic
standing.
and low health,
Ooh.
yeah, there's the headshot to shut that down, that attempt down. Now it's all up to Blue. Still doable, but oh no, 9 health.
Only 9 HP.
Found them.
Oh, the Sage
Find
wall!
Yeah, the wall going down just in time for Blue to find another kill, but immediately traded out, and a pretty solid pistol round coming out from Vandals.
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly what I was talking about with the Sage before the round even started. The attack, Vandals here, Dally uses that wall right on B site to get them on, is I think what the Sage wall is super good at doing. They're able to lock off that entire side angle there. So then they're able to run onto site and they don't really have to check that much. So they're able to get that bomb down. And the defenders are at a disadvantage then because now they have to push back into them.
Yeah, and with those steps, the smoke is going to be immediately thrown out from Lazy. I'm gonna just cross over, just holding this Gorn or Cher has an opportunity
Sage
right
wall
here with
ready
the
again.
shorty. And oh,
Oh!
shorty just a little bit too far away for it, and Vandals are just going to burst out onto site. They're going to get a series of kills right here. Samson able to find one though.
Yeah, see that
One
Sage wall
enemy
just
remaining.
doing wonders for them, being able to get on site and get that bomb down. Dally using that Spectre to take down the rest of the defenders, winning them their second round of the game.
Yeah, a little bit of a gun diff round right there. Just those specters having a little bit more range than really anything that damage we're able to put forth right there. And I mean, there was definitely an opportunity for Cher right there with the shorty. It's just the side that most of the Vandals players decided to run out on, just hugging that wall, is just a little too far away. Um, the shorty, just like its name, has a very short range. So
Yeah, I mean, it is a 200 credit pistol, so you can't really expect much off of it. But defenders will have the gun advantage this round as they're able to buy up and the attackers will save. But the attackers are probably going to go ahead and play it a little bit slower where it looks like they're coming up mid a little bit with the smaller guns trying to close that space.
oh my goodness, what a shot from Cyber by getting that initial headshot. So that way, the best was able to just finish off that kill. And now they're just gonna run on up. Lazy Titan trying to hold them off, but the best again getting
Coop
another
coming
pick up.
behind him, taking two out!
Down B.
Coop getting really aggressive right there with the cloudburst and might be in a little bit of trouble. Chair trying to jump in and assist, but now Coop just going to have to back up as now there's a bunch of rifles on the ground, so Vandals might be able to even upgrade.
Yeah, that's exactly what you wanted to see from the attackers, especially whenever they had smaller weapons. They did exactly what I kind of expected them to do. Coop
30
taking one
seconds.
out,
Spike
getting
down
his
B.
three, and gets traded by Ubity. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's pretty much the round you kind of expected to happen. You know, the attackers having less optimal weapons, defenders having a little bit of a better buy. So you saw them come up mid, just creeping up. The Spectres having a lot less range than the Phantoms and Vandals that the defenders had, being able to close that gap, giving them a better advantage, being able to take those fights closer. And that's exactly how it worked for them. And then the defenders trying to get these little aggressive plays here and there, doing exactly honestly what I think they should have done. But the attackers just getting the exact trades they needed.
Samson taking a really aggressive fight right there with that stinger, trying to find one, but UBD actually able to get that first initial pick through the sage wall. It did slow them down a little bit, but just with all 5 members of Vandals there, it just wasn't much as they were just able to shoot it down. Blue with
Yeah,
a
the
good
attackers.
opportunity right
Oh,
there. Gets the trade.
Blue taking down Ubity,
Spike
gaining
planted.
himself a Vandal.
Yeah, and now with smokes coming out and even the sage wall up, that's going to seriously hinder Damage's ability to be able to retake this site.
Yeah, the attackers up two. Now technically on defense in this post play. Lazy Titan peeking around to make something happen with that stinger. Gets shot at, but manages to stay alive. Getting an over TP creeping up, but the best peeks it right when Lazy Titan peeks out. And Dally getting the trade out onto blue. Still flawless for the attackers. 4-0.
Yeah, I mean, Vandals are looking really solid so far on this attack. Um, a lot of the time split is considered pretty one-sided. So, I mean, whether it's on offense or defense, I I've never really been able to figure out which side this map is for, if I'm being completely honest, because I've been on both ends where on defense it seems like you can't be uh they just can't get on site, or on offense, it just seems like you can't be stopped. So it's definitely going to be interesting to see once the sides switch. But Samson having an opportunity right there, but Yuri hitting a really nice shot, but getting traded out by Coop.
Attacker's gonna go ahead and leave this site, detecting more than one person there. Oh, they're gonna fake it, it looks like. Maybe bait that sound, get them all to run away. But the defenders still see Sova sitting there. Jet is rotating out though. The attackers Vandals might just have the big brain play here, making them think they rotated, and now we're going to execute onto site, getting that free site. That was genius.
Yeah, the
Spike
full
planted.
fake worked out perfectly in their favor, but now this is gonna be an interesting retake, as it's still 4v4, so there's about to be a lot of gunfights in a very short amount of time, and Blue already opening things off with the kill onto Glaceon. Cyberbite trading it out though.
Sova ult coming out for blue. Spots two of them, does the damage. And Coop getting Cyberbite down. It's 3v2 now. They have to get off the side. Coop taking out one more. The best, the only one remaining, and Coop takes out four with just enough time to defuse that bomb, getting damage their first round on the board.
Yeah, that was a great retake right there from Damage, being able to just isolate the fights. You know,
Yeah,
it was never two guns against one. Um, it was always either a 1v1 or in their favor. Um, and so, you know, it worked out perfectly for them. And even that ult right there from Blue, doing so much damage with the Hunter's Fury, made it just that much easier for when Coop
yeah.
dashed in, and I mean, they only had to hit like 2 shots maximum on most of those players on the after the dash. So, I mean, it worked out perfectly right there for damage.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about with the utility earlier. Just being able to use it properly and get in, and that's exactly what they did there.
Yeah, Lazy Titan holding this angle, and the Cloudburst might be short enough to where he
Oh, the
might be able to
Sage
get a
Wall,
pick with the
no!
wall. Yeah, there was definitely an opportunity right there, but as soon as the wall came up, just lost him out of that side of the site, and so now Damage is going to try and fight a little bit for this control, and
Oh,
you see these
blue!
series of trays coming out, but no, it ends in Vandal's favor, and Glaceon landing the final shots onto Samson.
Yeah, you saw just trade after trade after trade. Vandals here playing that super well. Damage was ready in their spots, but Vandals knowing precisely how to trade off each other. And I don't know about you, but in my opinion, I think being able to know how to trade is one of, if not the most important skill. And that Vandals is showing that off perfectly right there. You saw
Mhm.
Blue take 2 down, but then Vandals just kill after kill after kill after kill, just being able to trade, watching those angles together and take out the players that they needed.
Yeah, always being at most 3 seconds away from your teammate, you know? Being able to just swing off of each other is very, valuable when it comes to those team fights, as we saw right there.
Yeah, it looks like Vandals is going to be playing this a little slower now. Couple lurking towards mid. You see Ubity over in sewers just waiting, but the defenders damage are staying strong as well, waiting for them to come up. Lazy Titan getting a nice angle. Get that old door pushing up a little bit.
Yeah, they're gonna hear it, though, so they're gonna be ready for the swing, and a few shots fired out, so the defenders are going to know that Vandals are playing near this side, and we're gonna see a little bit of the utility come out in response.
Whew. It was a good play from Lazy Titan to back up, but Glaceon getting a really nice peek out there.
30 seconds
Taking one
left.
down, the attackers up. 30 seconds left, gonna have to make something happen. Cyberbite trying to walk up, but Blue and Coop standing there waiting. Ubity and Dally showing again that Vandals know how to trade their teammates out, keeping their man advantage up.
Standing.
Ubity pushing it to share. Only 12 seconds left though. They gotta get on the
10
B side,
seconds
get that
left.
bomb down now.
Yeah, they'll have plenty of time to get the plant down with 2
Spike
seconds
planted.
left to spare, and so now Samson deciding to go with the res here for Coop. So it's going to be a 2v4 on this retake, doing a
Spotted
little
Ubity on
bit of
that close
damage onto
angle.
Ubity.
Vandal's doing a great job of spreading out on site, though, knowing where they are. Samson gonna peek out. The best taking Samson out, though. Coop in a 4v1 here. Ubity taking their third of the round, though. Winning
Yeah,
Vandals their sixth round of the game.
just too many angles right there. You know, like you said, Vandals spread out on site really well right there after the spike was planted. So, you know, it makes it that much tougher. Um, you
Yeah,
know,
for sure.
having to try and flick around and look at all these different angles on the site just, you know,
Yeah.
makes it hard for the retake. Um, you know, and I mentioned it before, the 2 guns versus 1, and that was a perfect example right there. You know, they were fighting as a team, and
Yeah.
it makes it almost impossible right there for the retake. But still, great effort right there from Samson and Coop.
Yeah, I mean, to kind of go off what you were saying, if you can hit shots, you can hit shots. Great,
Mhm.
but it's a team-based game, right? And that's kind of what we're trying to get going here, especially at Oath, is camaraderie and teamwork. That's kind of like our whole goal is get people playing together, and on with that, you see the great teamwork that comes out from these teams. Um, and what you were talking about is exactly that, like them showing how well they can work as a team. Both teams are doing it. Like you were just talking about. We've seen them, they're playing well as a team together at the beginning of last round. They were holding strong and just waiting for them to push.
Hmm. But already now, Vandals taking again kind of a little bit of a slower approach, but it of course right as I say that they're starting to dump utility onto the site, so they'll probably try and go for their execute pretty soon. And Coop with the knives finding an early pick on Ubity, that's huge right there. 4 damage to be able to slow down this take. Coop going for
Yeah,
another one off of that updraft, but just not seeing anybody.
Coop's scaring them off a little bit. They gonna do this little bait play again? Mm. Damage doesn't know what's gonna happen now after that bait play the first time.
Hmm.
Vandal's playing this well. But Blue in a great position! Dally not ready for it. Damage taking another one down. Only 3 players left. Glaceon gonna get the trade on Blue. Coop sitting here ready though. Gonna back up off that first contact. Really smart. The TP with the bomb though onto A.
30 seconds
None of
left.
damage is ready for that.
Spike planted.
You see the rest of Vandals gonna start rotating around. Vandals now have bomb down. Damage is going to have to do a great job of retaking this, but they are up a player.
Depending on how fast they can move right here, they might be able to just run on the right.
Lazy Titan getting in a good position. Just gonna stick this defuse. You see Glaceon has to get in there, but just isn't
far
close
away.
enough. And that's a great thrifty round coming out from Damage. Playing those angles, that's exactly what we were just talking about. Being patient, especially on a map like this. Just being able to sit in angles, know, like predict where Vandals are going. And that's exactly what they did, just holding those angles. You saw it from everybody, Blue, Coop. They were just in the prime position to be able to shut down the attacks from Vandals.
Yeah, and I did like right there damage recognizing where most of the Vandals players. As soon as the spike went down and they realized that it wasn't on the site where all of the other Vandals players were, they just booked it over to A. You know, and they because they
Yeah.
knew there was probably only one person over there, and they were right in assuming that. And so it just made it that much easier for them because they were just able to beat Vandals to the spike basically.
Oh, Lazy Titan getting a nice TP, but Glaceon predicting it. In prime position!
Oh, goodness.
Spike down B.
Blue!
One enemy remaining.
Blue and Coop just a force to be reckoned with. A firing squad. Glaceon is going to take down Coop, though. Now stuck in this 1v2. Blue just holding the angle, knowing bomb is there.
Toxin screen down.
This is still totally doable for Glaceon, though.
Yeah. She knows where Blue is.
Yeah, the
45
hardest part
seconds
will be
left.
getting to Spike, though.
Toxins going up.
Here's the Util 2, just waiting for the wall to come back up.
Oh, the timing.
Here's one of the players! Samson gonna peek right out of that wall and take Glaceon down while Glaceon was waiting for that peek from Blue. That was great. They knew that Glaceon would have been able to get onto site and be able to take him out. But Damage playing that super smart, not just aggressively ego peeking an angle, thinking they can take that last player down, and playing it smart and just waiting because they had bomb down. They know Glaceon needs to get it. No point in peeking him. And that's exactly what they did.
Yeah, that was interesting. You know, Vandals trying to go for a little bit of a faster paced take, and it just seemed like Damage was ready for it. Um, but already Vandals again moving fairly quickly, even though they haven't shown or made any noise. But off of that, Blue's gonna have a lot of opportunity here. Hits
Blue
2
getting a
players
lot of
already,
damage.
but not able to finish off any kills. But still, like you said, there's a lot of damage done. And no, opportunity onto Ubity and lands the shot. And Vandals just gonna turn tail and run after that. And honestly, if you look at the minimap, might be the right move because it's just Lazy Titan. You're gonna be able to get the first pick though and then back off.
Yeah, Damage learning what Vandals does. Just being patient, sitting in these angles. Vandals gonna keep this aggressive play towards A though. Valley waiting for Coop to peek.
30 seconds left.
Vandals not quite sure where they are. 30 seconds left remaining on the clock. Coop gonna get a peek. Samson's still here though.
They're gonna hear the run as well, but I don't know if there's
Are
enough
they gonna
time.
have time? Yeah.
10 seconds left.
It's gonna be close if they do make it.
They're not gonna have time, yeah. 4 seconds left.
Yeah,
They're just gonna
so
go
it'll
ahead and
just be
save
a
their guns.
save.
Yeah. They have the rounds to spare. Especially given this map. Oh, Blue getting the the trade on a Glaceon at the last second.
Yeah, but that did take an extra rifle out of Damage's hands though.
Yeah. I mean, it's all what you think is worth it. Coop still has the op. They still got guns, so I don't think it was really all too bad for them. I mean, like I was saying at the beginning of last round, this is exactly what you want to see from a team. Is they're losing some rounds at the beginning, but then they start to adapt as a team. They're like, hey, what can we do? Especially after that timeout, it seems like they had that talk about what is Vandals doing, and now it seems they figured it out because now they're starting to win the rounds back after kind of figuring out what Vandals does, just getting these holds.
Lazy Titan getting pretty aggressive through this smoke, just sitting there, and going for a little bit of a spray. Does a little bit of chip damage, but nothing too substantial. As now Vandals are trying to move up through mid, but Blue is in a very good position here. Gets the first, gets a second, goes for a third, but finally shut down by Cyberbite. Samson now getting pretty aggressive here, stuck in this corner. Lazy Titan,
Lazy Titan ready though. What is going on, boys?
There's the swing from Dally.
Now it's just a 2v2. Sharon knows where they are, though. Sharon and Coop have them boxed in. Going to get some initial shots off,
30
but
seconds left.
smart to back up. Just wait for them to push. They're on defense. The attackers have to push it in, but Sharon's going to swing it. Take one, almost 2 down. Glaceon low, though. If anybody can do this, it's Coop. 12 seconds remaining.
10 seconds left.
Glaceon going to get that plant down. Coop hearing it.
Spike planted.
Welcome to my
Oh
world.
no. Yeah, my only worry here for Coop here is using that operator is so difficult, especially in this Viper's pit.
Oh, the Viper's pit might be detrimental! Glaceon taking out Coop to win Vandals. That
Last
scary
round in
looking
the half.
round. It almost looked lost for Vandals, but they played that so smart, being able to get that round win. That Viper's pit. You may even think not worth it in a 1v1, but Glaceon clearly showed that was probably worth it. Getting Coop down lower, not being able to use that op, having to push in with only a classic, and Glaceon taking Coop down, winning them that round.
Yeah, I mean, in my opinion, when it comes to the ults, like the round is the most important part of
Yeah.
the game, winning the round. So, I mean, if you have to use an ult to win the round, you might as well use the ult to win the round. You know, I know that is something that not all players necessarily agree with, especially in the 1v1. But I mean, it paid off right there. And
The aggressive
as they
angle from
got it-
Samson, but the best was ready for it.
Yeah, and they're just gonna rotate
Oh,
away.
Blue
after
though!
that.
Blue though! Blue!
Oh
I want to try
no,
to
it
take
does
a few
lot
down.
of
but
damage
you
though.
damn.
Yeah, Vandals walking away from that rotate after the spray from Blue, walking away a lot more worse for the wear. So it might be a little bit easier for Lazy Titan here. That was a great flash. There's the dash out along with the wall, so they're already halfway onto site.
Coop still with this op. Oh, Glaceon on kind of a flank here though.
30 seconds
Kind of
left.
pinched in on defense now.
One enemy remaining.
Ubity taking 2 down. Lazy Titan, the last one remaining on site. All the chaos takes one down, but the best trades Lazy Titan out, getting Vandals another round. 8-4 half.
Switching sides.
Now switching sides.
Bit of a chaotic final round for that half right
Yeah,
there.
for
And
sure.
right there, you pointed it out during the round. The positioning coming out from Vandals was really good. Being able to move up through mid after the fact that most of the team had taken site. And that just added to the pressure on the damage as they tried to retake.
Yeah, for sure. And I just that half all in all, Vandals being able to get two rounds back after Damage seemed to figure it out. And it's like you said, it is a one-sided map, so maybe we'll see Damage now on the attack start bringing some rounds in, see if they can attack here.
Yeah, and already, I mean, damage already out on site. I mean, they're definitely wasting no time right here. As we're going to see a series of trades as Cyberbite is able to find two.
I want to get plant
Spike
down.
planted.
Vandals up a player, not anymore after Coop takes one out. Retreating back in. Knocked down to 45 HP by Ubity, but Ubity's also 1 HP. Glaceon managing to take them out with that frenzy coming through elbow. Sticking the defuse.
all
Blue
to
stuck
Blue.
up in heaven. But Dally will take out Blue, getting Vandals their 9th round of the game.
Yeah, I mean, not a terrible attack coming out from damage. Saw a little bit of aggression, and they were able to get Spike down. So that, I mean, that's just a little bit of extra cash in the bank following that round. So it definitely opens up a little bit of options when it comes to their buy if they choose to this round. Um, I mean, we already just based off of the scoreboard, you can see that a lot of them are just choosing to buy some ghosts, maybe some shields as well,
Yeah.
which that little bit of extra survivability, a little bit of extra damage might be able to tilt the tide in their favor a little bit more.
Yeah, and on attack, they're playing it together. They're playing with 5, and on defense, you have to be spread out off the map because you don't want to just let them walk up into a site. So they do have man advantage, but it looks like they are going to play it a little slower though. Maybe try to get the picks with the worst weapons. Maybe upgrade a little bit if they can get a pick or two.
UBD holding this aggressive angle, finds the first pick on a share, landing 2 nice shots to the head, getting that damage done. And now already Samson just creeping up onto A. Cyberbite seems to be a little aware though, as he sees the shoulder of Samson. So the call will be made to the rest of his team as they all head over to the A site to meet the attack.
Now look who's still over on B though. You have Lazy Titan waiting.
Yeah, now with Spike down, it's just almost a shooting range now for Vandals as Dally able to find another pick of his
30
own.
seconds left.
You're not sure where Lazy Titan is though. Might be able to take down a couple. Oh, but they're watching it.
Player
Allie's
standing.
ready for it though. Coop taking down Glaceon though. Nobody knowing where he is. Gonna take down Coop. Gaining Vandals their 10th round of the game.
Yeah, Vandals so far looking really, really solid. I mean, there's not a whole lot to say. They're playing off of each other extremely well, and on attack they were being it was a good mix of aggression and patience, and now even on defense it's the kind of the same. They're peaking when damage doesn't really seem to be ready for the swing,
Yeah,
and it's just working out perfectly. That timing, they just seem to have damage's number.
yeah, for sure. And if damage can just, or if sorry, Vandals can just keep up this defense here, just holding it down. They only need 3 rounds to win them this game.
Lazy Titan takes the headshot, but doesn't quite get it yet. But the best swings out, finishes the job as he's traded out by Samson.
There's 4v4 here, but the attackers here. Damage will be on site, getting that bomb down. All they have to do is hold this post plant. Now down one player. Still very doable here. Share evening the numbers. Taking down Ubity.
Glaceon choosing to upgrade to the Spectre to be able to help out the team a little bit more. Cyberby finds the headshot onto Blue, so now Vandals starting to move on to site. Coop finds one and two. That's three from Coop. The spray coming in perfectly right there to finish the job for their team.
Yeah, it looked so lost. You had one player against three. What is there to do? You see Coop take out the first one. You're like, oh, can he do it? Can he do it? And then gets the perfect spray in elbow on the last two, winning damage another round. Coop not wanting to be out of this game yet.
Yeah, great play right there. Just being able to control that spray. You know, the Vandal spray is not exactly easy for a lot of players, and so being able to keep that like under locks really, and being able to hit those shots, really well done right there.
Yeah, for sure. And you can see them play this aggressive play here, going up into heaven. Coop going to take one out, going to take the best out. Share with a nice headshot onto Cyberbite. They have this quick man advantage, just running in, getting bomb down. You can tell this aggression is working, so they're just going to keep doing it.
And there will be a little bit of information given from the owl drone of Sova as UBD trying to push up, and Blue just trying to hold them off with the shots.
Lesion taking out Lazy Titan, though. Blue getting a trade onto Ubity. Dally getting the trade back onto Blue, though. Damage still up. A player, though. Cher coming behind him. Glaceon with a nice clean headshot with the Bulldog onto Coop. A Cher behind him with the Stinger. Taking out Glaceon. One player remaining.
Player standing.
Dally going to get the kill onto Cher, but Samson will take out Dally, winning damage another round.
Yeah, damage starting to pick up steam a little bit as they're kind of slowly figuring out the way to attack this map. Um, you know, those last two rounds showing that aggression and just running onto site and just kind of trusting each other with that. I mean, it's working out perfectly. So we might be able to see a little bit more of that. It's just going to be interesting because it seems as though they're choosing not to go back to A right here.
Yeah, they are going to get this aggressive play onto B, but it almost looks like Vandals are kind of predicting that because they have 3 over on B.
Really in a very good position here. Finds one, but traded out. And now, damage just out on sight. There's the clear
Cher.
sight of Glaceon, and there's another swing from the best, finishing off Cher, but Coop right behind, finding the refrag.
Yeah, damage still up a player, though. Getting that bomb down. If they can just sit these post-play angles and wait for Vandals to push into them, I think they have another round in their hands.
And already, Vandals trying to move out onto site, trying to bait the attackers, and off of the tap. It works. The attackers do spring into action, but just too many angles. The gun diff again, as that was a bit of a save for Vandals, and the round going in favor of damage again.
Yeah, damage playing those perfect post-play angles that I was talking about. You don't want to group up on post-play because if you group up, they're just going to push you, util dump you, and be able to take you out. But damage is doing exactly what you should be and sitting in the precise post-play angles that they need to be.
Yeah, just everybody's got an entrance, right? And once you figure out where the enemies are coming from, then you don't even have to worry about the other ones, and just more eyes on that specific entrance. And it
Yeah.
worked out perfectly right there for damage.
Yeah, and it looks like they're going to take a little bit of a slower play here.
And it looks
You
like
can see Samson.
trying to bait a
Samson
little
running
bit.
up! Notices the best! Take him down to 30 HP. Glaceon getting a kill onto Lazy Titan. Coop getting the trade onto Glaceon, though. Gaining them the site. 4v4. Now defense for damage.
Yeah, great bait right there from Samson to be able to draw the defenders over towards the A site while the rest of his team push on to B. And we're going to see already a lot of gunfights coming out, and they're just all going in favor of damage.
Samson's sitting up. They're not ready for the peak by Cher in CT. Damage gaining another round. That's exactly what you want to see from Damage. They did the exact same thing last round. They're just getting on site with either a man or two up, even if they're down. And they're just sitting in the exact angles that you want to sit. So then whenever Vandals is coming to retake that site, they don't know where Damage is going to be sitting. And Damage getting the perfect peaks like you saw at the end right there. Cher getting the perfect peak onto the CT players. Just not ready for it. Getting them 4 rounds in a row now. 8-10.
Yeah, now Vandals on a little bit of a lighter buy. We saw a lot of Buckies right there. So probably going to be
Leaning
trying
toward
to
A.
hold some shorter angles. Yeah, just a massive stack on A. So that's free sight for damage, and it's going to be a very interesting retake attempt coming out from Vandals. Is, like I said, mostly Buckies, so that's just shotguns. Um, those longer gunfights that
Hey,
often happen
don't
on
knock the
B.
Bucky. The Bucky can go crazy.
Yeah, I mean, it can work out, but just the longer gunfights on B can be a little bit more difficult, as we're already seeing Cher landing a nice headshot onto Glaceon. But, I mean, like you said, don't knock the Bucky, as there's the trade immediately.
Cyberbite getting a gun.
Remaining.
Samson in the perfect position, though, taking out the best and Dally. Cyberbite pushing in to try to make something happen. But Damage will win their 5th round in a row, putting them to 9-10. But hey, that's kind of what you want to see on a little lighter buy. They were able to take 2 out and force Damage to buy a couple more guns, taking their econ down a little bit.
Yeah, yeah, Damage just picking up a lot of steam on this attacking side. Um, just momentum, really. I don't know how else to describe it as that, as they just they don't seem to be able to be stopped. But we're going into a little bit of a tech pause. Um, not really
Looks like we had
sure
a crash
what
from
happened.
Dally.
Um, yeah,
Dally had a crash, yeah.
Dally did disconnect, so I don't know if that's just them restarting their game or if it did crash. So we'll just be sitting around waiting for a little bit as they get that sorted out. But I just want to go back
League
to
of Legends! He's playing League of Legends! He locked in Heimerdinger!
um, um, I just want to go back to just reiterate, that momentum. Um, that might that this tech pause might have actually stopped that a little bit. You never really know, um, because Damage, they were moving fast, they were moving quick. They seemed to have an answer to every single defense that Vandals put forward. Um, and just being able to build off of that, it's huge. So definitely going to be interesting to see after this little bit of a pause, and Vandal's able to kind of regroup a little bit, how that affects anything, if it does. But already, Dally has been able to reconnect, so we're jumping into this next round.
Looks like they're leaning towards B a little bit here. Playing it a little slower, though. Just kind of trying to bait out some Q-tails, seems like. Vandals holding it. Lazy Titan just TPing all the way onto A and planting that bomb down. The rest of Damage going to go ahead and make their way over to help Lazy Titan out.
This could be another situation where there's just not enough time for them to get there.
Yeah, we've seen it once. We've seen it again. Cyberbite taking Lazy Titan out. 4 remaining.
Already
They're
on
all
bomb.
in main, though. Going to try to stick that bomb, but they are coming on the site really quick. The spray!
Oh my
He
gosh.
almost had it, but the spray through screens is going to take him out. Giving them still the advantage. They are down a player, but they have this bomb down and are already in great positions.
One enemy remaining.
Oh, they were behind, though, not prepared for it. It's just
Coop
Coop
by
left.
himself.
All he has to do is wait for that bomb to go off. Just hold until bomb goes off. It's halved. All he has to do is stick. They're gonna stick to the last possible second.
Oh my goodness.
So much just happened there.
Wow. Nerves of steel right there from Glaceon to be just sticking that bomb as Coop is running around right in front of him. Um, I
They
mean,
sprayed Cyberbite down perfectly last second before bomb can get defused. But then it's just Coop remaining with an op, takes a clean no scope, if I'm being honest, onto one of the players. But they just stick that bomb and barely get the defuse on that, gaining a round back for Vandals.
yeah. Um, that was kind of crazy, to put it simply. But already, damage, just trying to regroup, trying to put something together in terms of this attack. The smoke having slowed them down quite a bit. Coop trying to find an angle. Does see the shoulder of Glaceon.
Yeah, the Vandals are holding this quite well, just being super oppressive, knowing what side damage is kind of leaning towards, able to just hold them off with their utility, run their timeout. Because if damage runs out of time, they're going to have to start making some aggressive plays. Oh, Humany watching the angle, but Cher picking the exact angle he was standing at, getting the kill, gaining damage. A player advantage here,
30
5 to
seconds
4.
left.
Cyberbite still holding the side down, but no. Coop landing the shot. That opens things up. 4 damage to move on to side. And this is going to be the res onto UBD. So 4v5 for Vandals as they try and put together this retake. But Cher getting a little aggressive towards CT.
Yeah, we've seen damages post plants before. And they retake Cher in the perfect position, taking 2 down!
No.
Last player standing.
And then Coop taking out Glaceon on that flank. All that's left is Dally. Takes Coop out. Still 3 players remaining though with that bomb taking down. Spots out Lazy Titan. There's 3 from Dally. Is going to try to run CT, but Blue ready for it. Taking Dally out. Getting damage closer and closer. Now 10 to 11, only 1 round under.
Yeah, it seemed like Dally was just I just decided that there wasn't enough time. Gonna try and go pick up the op and save it. But I mean, I don't know what else to say other than just positioning right there.
Yeah, good
From
positioning.
damage. You know, we saw it from Cher, just holding that initial angle, being able to find the first 2, and then
Don't get in my way.
afterwards, all of the different angles that damage took up, just leaving really no options for the remaining Vandals players after that those initial 2 from Cher.
Yeah, for sure. Glaceon coming out with this ult on to B. The Viper's Pit going down. The rest sitting towards A. The rest of Vandals sitting towards A in a bit of an aggressive angle. Feeling like damage is going to rotate around, which it looks like they're right about this. Just sitting here waiting for it. Cyberbite and the best trading 1 out. Lazy Titan going to get a trade onto the best, but Cyberbite is going to get a Vandal now. Now they're going to have to push into a Vandal. Dally taking out Blue. Just 2 enemies remaining for both teams now after Cher gets a trade onto Glaceon. Looking like a great save round so far from Vandals. Using that Viper's Pit to lock them off of B. Sit in the aggressive angle, predicting damage was going to rotate,
30
and they
seconds
did.
left.
All of damage coming through those sewers, but Lazy Titan, or Cyberbite and the best being able to take them down and get some guns. Now in a 2v2, but bomb is down.
Just trying to clear things out as Lazy Titan tried to move up towards the top, and there's the showstopper used by Cher. That's gonna scare off Cyberbite quite a bit, and there's the flash even. So great teamwork right there to
One
be able
enemy
to
remaining.
just bait
Last
out that
player
shot
standing.
from the showstopper. Cher finds the pick on to
All Dai
Cyberbite.
needs is this kill and then the defuse to win them a thrifty. Cher, oh
Wow.
my goodness! What a shot coming from Dally and has just enough time to defuse that bomb.
Thrifty.
What a thrifty round coming out from Vandals. That's exactly
Wow.
what I was talking about at the beginning of the round. That Viper's Pit, I already said all this, but that Viper's Pit going down, just being able to hold damage off that angle, predicting that they were going to come through that sewers, and then you see Cyberbite and the best take them out, get the guns, and then you hear bomb go down on B. It's a 2v2, and they just, the rest of Vandals, Cyberbite plays it perfectly. And then you see Dally come in for the finishing blow onto Cher, gaining them another round. Now match point for Vandals, 12-10.
Yeah, a little bit of a KO lineup right there from Cyberbite. And pretty nice knife, but most of the damage players had already ran by it. So just a fraction of a second too late right there to catch anything, but it doesn't really matter because all the utils being sent in, a lot of gunfights already happening as Coop finds that opening pick on UP.
Yeah, damage up a player. Now, not anymore though. Dally going to use that Sage Resurrection onto Ubity, gaining them the players back. Cher making a bit of an aggressive play over that Sage wall mid. Gonna try to make something happen here.
Yeah, and this is actually a pretty important position for Cher, as they're going to be able to hear all the steps from the defense rotating over. So that's a lot of information already for damage, as they know where a lot of the defenders are. And Coop finds the first, finds a second actually with the knives, and just going to continue to move forward off of the back of those two picks, just getting really confident. And Cher finds the headshot on Glacier.
Cyberbite and Ubity getting trades though. Cyberbite getting another onto Coop, setting that down to a 2v2 really quick. Cyberbite noticing Samson's gun. Ubity peeking out CT. Going to peek into Samson. Cyberbite getting the third of the round. Blue will get the trade. Will Ubity get the kill? And Ubity does, winning them that game. That was the
Wow.
perfect retake you wanted to see. They were all on site. They were down players. But you see Cyberbite peeking the exact angles that the damage players were sitting on. And they were able to come in and just predict and wait and see where all of Damage's players are and get the picks that they needed to win them the game.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, great first match.
Yeah,
You know,
that was an exciting first game to watch.
yeah, Vandals burst out of the gates really, really strong, and then Damage after after the side switch almost do the exact same thing where they came out really strong on their attack. So
Yeah.
maybe it's just an attacking map. I don't really know.
Yeah, they
We'll
were starting
definitely
to
have
gain a
to.
lot of rounds back.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, they brought it very close right there. You know, even those last 3 rounds where Vandals were in the end able to win it out and the match out as well. They were still really close. You know, they came down to those 1v1s. So honestly, great play from both the teams right there. But we're going to be going on to a short, like, 5
Not
minute
yet.
break.
Not yet. Not yet. Not yet. There was a hydrate in chat. We got to do it. We got
Okay, okay, okay. All right, we'll drink some water real quick.
here. My goal is the entire thing.
Oh, I'm not drinking the entire thing. It's a lot. I got a
Spilled a
pretty
little
big
bit,
bottle,
but
so um
I
all
spilled it a
right.
little bit, but
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Um so before we had to drink some water, we're gonna be going on to a quick, like, 5 minute break as we get these next teams into the lobby. But we will also be having our fitness drawing after the break as well. So
Yes,
don't
sir.
go anywhere. We will be right back. Hello and welcome back. After our little bit of a short break, we are back again with more Valorant. We are going to be getting ready to go into our second match of the night, but before that, we're going to have a little bit of our fitness drawing. I do want to reintroduce myself. I'm Tease Aiden, and I'm here with Linked Ghost or Isaac. And so we're going to be jumping right into our fitness drawing. So we've got the wheel, and I believe the winner wins a $20 gift card. So
Nice.
gonna spin the wheel right now.
Nothing better
Whoa!
than free money.
Yeah, absolutely. And
Oh, they broke the curse.
Noir.
They broke the curse.
Congratulations, Noir. You have won the $20 gift card. So, you can just use that on whatever you wish to use that on, I guess. So very exciting for you. Well done. Here at Oath, we like to promote the health of all of our players, and so that's part of our fitness drawing here to just you know keep your body in shape as well as your mind
Oh
as
yeah.
we go through this school year. So congratulations, and we will be soon jumping into the game as we are building our lobby right now. This next match, again, will be on Split. This
Yay.
we just played on Split between Vandals and Damage, a very close game as Vandals were able to, scrape out the win. So congratulations for them for winning their first match. But this next match between Ace and Cryptid.
Yeah, that last one was incredibly close. I was following along, and I saw it was like 8-4. I went to the bathroom, got a drink, got a little snack, came back. It was like 10-10, 10-9, 10-8. It was super close, and I was like, how'd this happen? But
Yeah.
such is the life of Split in Valorant Esports, which is why it is. You either love it or you hate it. I'm on the hate train, but I know a lot of you guys out there love it. So, and I can see why. Great competition, very entertaining. So that makes me enjoy it a lot more whenever we get tight matchups like that. So, thank you guys for having nice competition.
Yeah, and it's funny that you say that because Jackson was saying the same thing, where he's like, "Yeah, I don't know, Split might not be my favorite map," um, but yeah, I mean, a lot of players do still like it. Um, it seems to be one of those maps where you either hate it or there's not a whole lot of in betweens for it. So, um, as we're approaching the start of this next one, I do want to also reiterate, as I said before, um, a lot of newer faces here. So if you're new here, welcome, and if you're not new, welcome back. But these teams are switched up quite a bit.
Mhm.
With these new players coming in. Um, it's the synergy and the teamwork that is definitely one of those things, especially in our first week. It's something that might need building on. So it's definitely going to be interesting to see how these new players are able to fit into some of these existing rosters already. But I think it'll be fun. So
Yeah, like you said, a lot of new faces, but also some familiar ones. Last semester, I believe it was last semester, right? Yeah, or last time the last season I casted. I remember seeing names like Mosaic, Typicality, Doctor Ghoul, Ubity, Bunny Fufu. Those are just a couple of the ones I remember off the top of my head that we're going to see in this next matchup. Um, but it's going to be interesting to see how some of these players who are familiar with Oath and kind of how the league works, how they're going to um, help integrate those new players into kind of the roles that were left with a void with some of the other players leaving or some roster changes. So I think it should definitely be interesting to see how the coaches have worked with them, kind of their chemistry where we're at now. But one of my favorite things to see last year was kind of, the first 2 weeks can be a little bit rocky as you're still trying to, flesh out those roles for every distinct player. But really, when you start hitting the end of the season, week 5, 6, 7, you start seeing a lot of great team play, a lot of good chemistry, a lot of good like pre thought out plays. Like you actually see a lot of cohesion and decision making when going into the round. So I'm definitely looking forward to that again this season. One thing I definitely love watching is elite team play, and we saw that a lot last season at Oath, and that's kind of what I'm most looking forward to this season.
Yeah, for sure. And like I said, it's early in the season, so we might see a wide variety of that. It'll definitely be interesting to see. I know a lot of these teams have already been practicing a little bit, so um, it's not like it's their first time playing with each other, but it
Mhm.
is, I believe, in on stream and competitively, playing against each other and with their teammates. So that can bring a different kind of nerves. But at the end of the day, it's still a game. You just go in,
Mhm.
play it, and have some fun. Um, so
Yeah,
you know
having fun
it.
is something I find hard to do on Split, but here at Oath, we love Split and we love every map and we love Valorant. So we do it anyway and we push forward because that's what we do here. But I'm just not a fan. I just think the B site is so chaotic and dysfunctional that it's probably just because a whole mad cause bad situation going on. So
A little
that's
bit
really
of a
probably what
skill
we got.
issue.
Yeah, definitely a skill issue, skill diff. Um, but that's just how it is. And obviously, everybody here is better than me, so maybe that's why they love it, and I don't because they're actually good at the game. But we'll see.
Yeah. I mean, I I guess I agree with you. Maybe that's just it. Because I mean, I'm I'm a little bit more leaning towards the side of you know Split not exactly being my favorite map in the world. So yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe it is just a skill issue, and all these players,
It could
because
be
these players are good. So
absolutely, absolutely.
um, yeah, mad 'cause bad, right?
Yeah, yeah. But whenever we start getting to like Icebox and Bind, oh, now we're
Mhm.
talking. That's where I thrive.
Well,
I love
mine.
Bind and I love Icebox. I was a Icebox supporter from day one. Right when Icebox dropped, I remember people being like, "Oh, Icebox is terrible," because I'm pretty sure it was the first or second added map. Um, and it was like, "Oh, it's terrible. Take it out of the game." But I thought it was good, and now it's really good, and everybody loves it.
Mhm.
So, you know,
Mhm. Yeah. So, but we're not here to talk about Icebox. Unfortunately, we're here for Split this week.
unfortunately, but
um.
fortunately, that we get to cast this wonderful league.
Yes.
I just wanted to give a shout out to Oath for allowing me to come back and cast for you guys. I was welcomed and supported by the players, the fans, the coaches, the staff, and I just wanted to say thank you all for having me back, and I'm excited for another season.
We're glad to have you back. Um. But yeah, and also I do want to just remind people that Valorant is not the only. Speaking of Oath, Valorant is not the only game that we have. We also have Overwatch, which originally they did play on Thursdays. But this season we switched it up a little bit, and so now Overwatch plays on Tuesday nights, um, 7 and 8 o'clock, just like our time slot for Thursday night, the Valorant time slots for Thursday nights, just on a Tuesday. That's really the only difference between the two, and
Mhm.
the game is different. Um, but yeah, and
I love Overwatch. I know
Yeah,
we're playing Valorant today, but when you give a shout out to Overwatch, I love Overwatch. I love our Overwatch players, Overwatch League. Um, we have some great competition over there, so definitely go check it out on Tuesdays, same time as Thursdays. Um,
mhm.
but yeah, love Overwatch, love Valorant, love Oath, and I believe we have something on Fridays now too, right?
Um, yes, a podcast. It's called Re-Oath.
Nice.
So, yeah. So if y'all want to check that out as well, you can check out Re-Oath podcast. It goes over Oath esports, esports in general, just kind of whatever. It's a lot of fun. If y'all want to tune into that, it's an option as well. Um, we are trying to expand out as Oath esports, so you know, support us if you can, because it's all a lot of fun. Um, but yeah. um, so we're still
I
waiting for a few players to
Yeah.
join the lobby, but no big deal. There
What
was
would
there was a
competition
update
be
pretty recently.
without technical difficulties? It feels wrong to
Absolutely.
not have technical
Yeah,
difficulties.
it's
As
just part of it.
a Call of Duty competitor, um, watching Call of Duty or playing, there's technical difficulties every day. It's just something we got
Mhm.
to work through. So thank you all for being patient with us as we try to make this happen.
Yeah,
Um,
and there was like literally in between
ooh,
the games, like right after the last game ended, a patch went up.
ooh,
So not really sure what the patch covered.
mm,
Maybe just some bug fixes. I don't really know.
yeah,
But it went up, so everybody had to go in, re-update their games. So that's really the main reason why, you know, in you know. So, you know,
happens.
thank you for
Yeah.
being patient. It happens. Um we'll be in the game pretty soon. Um but I just want to rehash a little bit of that last game and maybe even make some predictions for this one. Um, that last game, very attack sided. You
Mhm.
know, Split is a very unpredictable map because
Yeah,
of that. Sometimes it can be close,
absolutely.
sometimes it can be a blowout for the attackers, sometimes it can be a
Mhm.
blowout for the defenders. You never really know with this map. Um, there's no so it does make it a little bit more difficult. Um, I want just you know, just for me personally, I like to be able to at least have an idea of what's going to be happening before we go in.
Yeah.
That mystery of it kind of drives me crazy.
Mhm.
Um, so, but it's definitely hard to say.
Yeah. And another thing that I love about usually week ones, is kind of the chaos, the uncertainty. I know I said earlier that, seeing the chemistry and the teamwork kind of build throughout the season is one thing I always look forward to, and my favorite part of a season like this where there's competition for an extended period of time. But there's also something beautiful about the first week or two because it's just so usually chaotic, so random. You don't know what's going to happen, but everybody gets through it. We all make it through, and if we don't, that doesn't happen because we make it through. That's what we do. We're human beings.
Hmm.
We're going to make it through. So I think that the ability to work together, both like these two teams are working together today. Are they competitors and will they be competing against each other in the next few minutes? Sure, but are they on the same side to get this started? Absolutely. So I just think that everybody just wants to get the train on the tracks and going to get started, and I think that there's some beauty in that. And that's what I like here at Oath is that we're very community oriented, and it really shows, especially when there's some technical difficulties or we need fill-ins. Like Ubity last match, um, we saw him have a pretty good game. And I believe he's going to be on Cryptid for the upcoming one. So, going to be expecting another good performance from him coming up. But yeah, I love the community aspect here at Oath, and I really just want to see another tight game because that makes me enjoy Split a little bit more.
Yeah, absolutely. I just so yeah, the I mean, in the end, that's all we can really wish for is a close game. It definitely makes our jobs a little bit easier.
Absolutely.
Just because it's a lot more, it's a little bit more exciting.
Mhm,
Um, but just gonna circle right back around. So some of the things we saw um from the last match. And Jackson did mention this as well because of the chamber changes. Yeah.
mhm,
Um, he's not really used as much. That used to be you have to have a chamber on on your team. Didn't We didn't see a chamber
mhm,
this past match between Vandals and Damage. Instead, we saw Sage and then the double duelist, double um oh my gosh, controller.
mm.
So chamber changes? Yes, no, maybe. What do you think of those?
Well, to be honest with you, I haven't played Valorant in a very long time because I'm terrible at it. I love the game. I love watching it. I believe the VCT and some other leagues are starting to get
Mhm.
back playing with their whole. I think they switched to franchising now,
Yes, they did.
um, so that makes the competition kind of that much tighter, that much tougher because there's only you have your select teams all at the top, um, and those are the best of the best in that region. Sometimes you'll see some other just thinking about other esports, some of your challenger teams. I think that's what it's called, challengers, kind of
Mhm.
your amateur-ish teams. Even though like uh
I mean, the
who
guard
is
is in
one of
challengers, and
yeah,
they're considered one
exactly.
of the best teams
Yeah,
in North America.
exactly, exactly. So still big name organizations still competing in challengers just because there's that much talent in Valorant and there's that much that big of a competitive scene. So I just I don't know. I'm excited for competitive Valorant to start getting back up too. That way I'll have more connection into it because I don't enjoy playing it as much, but I do enjoy watching it, and that's why I'm here with you all. Um, but I'm excited. I think that I also haven't been able to see a lot of Harbor, so in the coming weeks, I'll be excited to see him. If I
Yeah.
don't even know if he's good, to be honest. I know that's probably a bad thing, but
Um, yeah, I think Harbor's a lot of fun.
he looks
Um,
fun. He looks fun.
yeah, yeah. Cause I like playing controllers whenever I play, but I
Mhm.
was always like Omen,
Yeah.
just cause a little bit easier. It takes a
Mhm.
little bit less thought process. I just throw the smokes down and run
Mhm.
in, you know. Um, but
Yeah,
and
Omen's like the
Harbor,
Call of Duty of controllers.
hmm
You can just pick it up, figure it out pretty easy.
yeah, yeah, very simple, very easy,
Mhm.
and Harbor a little bit more intricate, but very hands-on. You got to be a little bit more aggressive to play him. Um, just the way his smokes work. He's got the it's almost like a phoenix wall.
Yeah.
Where you throw out and you can steer it around the map. Um, which it's kind of fun to just be
Yeah.
whipping your mouse around
Mhm.
to
Especially with
to
it being
steer
a
it.
wave, that actually like
Yeah.
makes sense too. Like I'm glad the two agents that have like controllable um kind of walls, like because
hmm
Vipers you have it's like fixed once you throw it. But
Yeah.
Phoenix and Harbor, water and fire, they definitely move a lot, so that makes sense. And there's some technical or like some
Practical
thank
almost.
you, thank you,
Yeah.
practical like connection there, and I
Yeah, it
appreciate
just
that from
makes
Riot.
sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, so Harbor, pretty cool, I think. I think pretty cool at least.
Mhm.
Um, it would be fun to see him in this map. I I don't have my hopes up for Split to see a Harbor.
Yeah.
Um, next screen, we do see Dr. Cool hovering the Harbor, so maybe
That would
we'll see him.
be
Maybe
awesome.
we'll see him. Um, but yeah, I don't know. It's hard to say because
Mhm.
I I don't know. I'm just a sucker for Omen, I guess.
Yeah, I understand. I mean, Omen's consistent. You know, he's always a viable option on just about every map. So you really go wrong with Omen. But seeing Harbor can just provide a little bit of extra fun. I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it looks like that's what we're gonna be seeing. Ace deciding to go with the double controller, both Omen and Harbor. So a little bit of a different look. Sage is normally pretty standard for Split, and they're just not bringing it. That doesn't necessarily mean that's a bad pick. It's just a little bit different from what we might be used to seeing.
Yeah, we see Omen we see both. I just realized we got Omen and Harbor on the same team.
Mm-hmm.
I love Valorant.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go.
And the KOs, I feel like that's a very popular pick for all levels of
Yeah.
play. Being able to basically just have an off switch for for um for abilities of the other
Mhm.
team, so useful. You know, um, because then that's smokes shut
Yeah.
down, that's grenades, flashes,
Alts.
everything.
Yeah.
It's all gone.
Especially
Um,
on a map like Split, to like whenever the attack once the attacking team plants that spike and they get into the setup position, it is really hard to get them out of there. And KO can set you up and is an initiator, right?
mhm.
Okay. I thought so. I don't know every agent's like role technically, but how could he not be? So I just inferred and I guessed right. But he's able to really reintroduce your team into the site and give you a little bit of confidence going back in with the opponents not having um, all their abilities.
Yeah, I mean, it's just invaluable, and it makes sense why why you would bring him. Um, and I also wanted to point out Ace again. Instead of going with the Sage, we see the Killjoy. Um, I actually like the Killjoy pick. Having
Yeah.
that information
Mhm,
between the turret and the proximity
mhm.
mine type thing. Um,
I feel like especially on split, where mid, you rotate. I feel like rotates happen. It depends on play styles, but rotates either happen a lot between two teams, or they don't happen at all on
yeah.
split. Like you'll see a game where seems like a team rotates every single attack round, or they don't rotate at all, and they'll just they'll stay committed going into it. But I do like the Killjoy pick, just like you said.
And already seeing that Harbor come into play with the Cascade Wall, just going forward, cutting off that immediate sight line, and Dr. Ghoul just trying to jump spot, get a little bit of information as Cryptid just going to
Rotate.
opt to
There we go.
not even try and take. Yeah, there's the rotate. Um, do see a little bit on the slower side, as just in case Ace decides to get a little aggressive down A main, but already a little bit of contact, but no gunfire quite yet.
Seems like Krypton might start to get active here towards the B site, maybe.
Yeah,
I don't
that's
know.
what
They're
it
kind of holed
looks
up in
like. He holding this
garage.
angle, hits
Oh,
two nice headshots, but
oh
no.
man.
The classic at range is not quite able to do enough. So a lot of damage done by Key, but going to be shut down before able to net first
30
kill.
Ooh,
Mosaic
seconds left.
finds one onto
Spike
Ubity, but
down
Bunny
B.
Fufu
Fufu's able to get
finds
an
the
entry.
trade.
Oh, is Drone's gonna be able to deny this?
Fire
Nope.
planted.
Nope. Fufu gets the spike down.
Oh,
Ooh,
Reshiram almost dies from the
nice.
drop, but Fufu
Brings it to a
shot
2v3.
turns
Oh, is
pushing
Fufu gonna
out.
read this?
This is
Last
gonna be
Nice.
player
hard,
standing.
Oh,
and Bunny Fufu doing a lot of work with that ghost on half
One
health, so
enemy
this is
remaining.
doable. That's the first headshot.
mm,
No, has to reload, and Meowington lands the final shot and gets the first round.
that was
For Cryptid.
huge there from Meowington. I saw one of Ace start to hit the flank there, but Meowington read it, got that, made it a 2v1, and whenever Fufu fell, Meowington was able to clutch up, win the round for him. Um, See, this is an example of just the chaos of split. You know, you see in the first round, you rotate, and if you don't immediately go onto site, get that spike down, it's just going to be trade after trade, engagement after engagement, and that's what we got here. Good round out of Cryptid.
Yeah, and I'm actually a fan of this cascade right here. They use it fairly early, but it's such a scary wall to push through, especially with that slow effect
Yeah.
that it has. Um, it creates
Ooh,
kind of a little bit of uncertainty for the attack, and I'm actually a big fan of it from Dr.
they're
Ghoul
going
right
for
there.
a fake rotate. Dr. Ghoul is going to be able to see this if he sticks around, but oh, yep, he definitely knows now. He's gonna let this team know. Oh yeah, yeah. Cryptid's getting active.
Mm-hmm. And Dr. Ghoul just gonna have to back away a little bit as the suppress stop the
Yeah. The
immediate.
rest, the rest of Ace is showing up. We're about to have a 5-on-5 battle soon. It seems.
But not
Oh, maybe not.
a little bit of Caster's curse right there because it seems as though Cryptid
Love
is
it.
gonna
30
try
seconds
and
left.
rotate away. Key
Wow.
putting some
Cheeky,
work in with the shorty.
cheeky shorty.
That lurk up
Satchel
the
out.
ramps. Going to be able to
Ooh,
find a first. And now these aggressive plays with the satchels.
can they get another?
10
Ooh.
seconds left.
Oh, but
The
Cryptid's
timing.
just overwhelmed on the
Oh
B
my
side as we're
gosh.
watching Key.
So much
Spike
damage
down,
done.
B.
Oh, but they killed the spike planner.
Oh my
If Ace just stay alive. Yep. Wow. Wow. Didn't even notice that as it was happening, but as Key was taking so much attention over there on A side heaven, Cryptid made their way all the way over to B, but were unable to get the spike down, and Ace was able to just win the round by staying alive.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I didn't even notice what was going on site just because Key was fighting
Just causing
different types of
mayhem.
demons. Oh, over in the over seemed that everywhere they looked there was a new enemy and just I mean they were doing a lot of damage, um, but I mean in the end just a little unfortunate they weren't able to get the spike down in time.
A lot of numbers here already for Ace. I wonder if
Yeah,
they're
and
going to be able to stop the entry.
those mollies slow it down a little bit for
Ooh,
the rest of the defending team to
nice
try and get it
shots.
on the side.
Good
Germs
trade.
finds the first. Germs actually finds a second for himself as well
Oh,
as
that
he
nade might
throws
get
the nade
another.
out.
Oh,
Oh
UV's
my
so
gosh,
weak.
so close.
Nice shot. That's 3 on the round for Germs. Ace? Oh, I shouldn't have said that. Now we got Caster's Curse. Maybe.
Yeah, things kind of slowing down a little bit. I think Cryptid just trying to create a little bit of doubt in the
Oh,
minds of the defenders, and Fufu swings right onto Germs.
brings it back to a
Just
2v3 for Cryptid.
yeah, but
Do they know
Last
Yubity's
player
still in his
standing.
position?
Whoa, finds the
Oh,
first
30
with the
seconds
able to
left.
get one. Super weak, but another pick. Oh, nope.
yeah.
Ace just had a good pinch there. I was gonna say if Yubity was able to get that one kill on a KO and or maybe Omen, and able to get behind that pillar there, it could have got interesting real quick. But
Mm-hmm.
it was a good read there by Ace to start the round as they already had 3 watching that quick rush from Cryptid, and they were just able to shut it down before it ever really got started.
Yeah, I'm actually a big fan of how Ace responds to the initial push and
Hmm.
noise that Cryptid makes.
Yeah,
You know,
Absolutely.
Um, just based off of what they see, they respond very quickly, and honestly, it works out perfectly in terms of the rest of the team making it to site and meeting them there before Cryptid can really even set
Ooh,
their feet, you know.
yeah.
And Mosaic
Swarm,
seemed
swarm
to
grenade
read this
out.
perfectly as they decided to
Ooh,
set up over on the A site instead of the B site this time around.
ooh. Number 9 might be able to. Nope, nope. They're just gonna back up from mid and help their team get onto this A side. The spike's going down from you, but does have numbers advantage. Ooh,
Oh, Mosaic putting in some work with the Guardian.
4v2
Now
for
it's
Ace to retake.
thinking about using the ult, but
They bring it
decides
back.
against it. Swings
2v2.
out against Bunny Fufu. Typicality getting the
Ooh,
trade though. Now it's
Last
a
player
2v1.
standing.
oh.
Key finds the
Is
first
Key
pick.
gonna read this?
It's in the
Is
1v1.
Key gonna read this?
I don't think they
Arbor
know.
on the flank.
Oh no, they hear the
Dr.
steps.
Ghoul. Oh,
Dr. Ghoul. A little bit of a gunfight right there. There's the first smoke to try and
I don't know if he's
slow
got
down, to
time.
allow the push. There's the shot, but oh no,
Not
I don't
enough
think there's enough
time.
time.
Man.
Clutch.
Just that was
Great
a
attempt right there on the
great
retake.
retake there from Ace, just not able to quite get it done as Key was able to stall long enough.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it looked like Ace just had it in the bag, but a big kill by Key and maybe Bunny Fufu as well kept them in numbers advantage, bringing them back 2-2. But Dr. Ghoul wasn't able to get it done, unfortunately. But almost a great play there. Was able to stay alive. So keep that streak going, personal streak. Although we
Mm-hmm.
don't have score streaks here in Valorant. Wouldn't that be fun? It
Yeah.
wouldn't work, but I think that'd be fun. Oh, fast mid push coming in from Cryptid.
Yeah, and just the smokes
Ooh.
only being available to slow it down. I'm just going to run right on through behind the arrays.
Oh.
Buddy moving up.
Oh.
Ooh, on the rope while moving, lands a shot onto Key, so that's going to create a little bit of extra space for Ace now.
Brings it back to a 4v4. Nice pick there from Typicality. I wonder if Germs is gonna read this. If he's gonna get a good timing. Oh, is he really gonna? Oh, he is. He
On that
is.
spike now.
B.
Great team play there out of Mosaic and Germs, just waiting patiently for Cryptid to push up. Yeah, they got control of Spike. Cryptid's gonna have to do something magical here to get that Spike back and make something of this round.
Yeah, and Ace really just kind of starting to cover all
30
their
seconds
bases
left.
as we can see some crossfires being set up for when the push comes in through mail. Typicality just holding
Oh,
this
here we
angle,
go.
sees the gun barrel, finds one and
Mm.
gets the second.
Yeah, three massive kills there from Typicality on the round. The last two to close him out, and the first one on the ropes mid to bring it back 4v4 and kind of shut down the just speed and aggression from Cryptid to open the round. So big round there out of Typicality. Great patience you saw earlier from Germs and Mosaic. Seeing a lot of team play here from Ace. That I was talking about earlier. This is a good. They look like they already got some good chemistry built. I like this.
Yeah, and already it's,
Toxins
I
going
mean,
up.
just kind of trading rounds. So, going into this next one, I mean, who knows which way it'll go. It's still pretty evened out. So, but Cryptid trying to pick up the pace a little bit as already the flashes have been thrown. The molly was thrown up ramps to try and
You bet
stop
he's
the
already
Ghoul from
pushed up.
pushing down.
He's already on
And
site.
oh, this is a
Ooh,
little bit of awkward
good
gunfight
opener
for
by
Ghoul.
Bunny Fufu there.
Yeah, and there's the Viper's Pit as well, so that's just going to make it that much more difficult. The satchel from Key saves their life.
This setup by Cryptid is solid. Let's see if Typicality can pull something out of the hat like we saw last round. Not gonna find any under heaven. He enters the Viper's pit.
Here's some
He's
shots.
gonna find one.
Oh, catches
there they-
Mallington on the reload.
Wow.
Wow.
What a
Ace just
phenomenal
collapses
retake.
onto sight and just gets all the kills. Just everything goes in their favor right there.
Man. Mosaic, I believe, gets 2, Typicality with 1, and oh man, that was just well executed. It was a 4v3, and I was like, oh man, they've got Spike down, they've got Viper's Pit. I thought they had it in the bag. I thought it was locked up, but just a great retake there from Ace.
Yeah.
Once
Yeah,
again, I mean, the communication had to be on point there, and they made it happen.
Yeah, and I mean, this game seems to always come down to timing, you know. And right there, it was just unfortunate timing for Cryptid because it seemed like everybody was reloading at the same time.
Yeah.
But Ace, like you said, just great communication right there. They just collapsed all at once, and it worked out perfectly. And now going into this next round, Cryptid
Ooh.
gonna have to be slowed down a little bit here.
I was about to say maybe a preemptive ult use, but you're able to get one with it and push them back, and now you expect the rotate. So, I mean, kind of a great play if you ask me. They should be reading this, maybe. I don't know if Cryptic goes fast enough. They might be able to sneak onto that A side.
Yeah, Reshiram and Key actually walked right by each other. I don't
Ooh.
know if they knew, but Reshiram finds the pick anyways. It doesn't really matter. The flash goes through Ghoul, running away perfectly, and gets the pick
One
onto
enemy
you.
remaining. 30 seconds left.
There's the Harbor ult.
Ooh. Can Bunny Fufu.
Ryan gets the final picks, and nice attempt from Bunny Fufu.
Good try, absolutely.
Able to find one, but just the weaker weapon right there came through, and the even though they did hit that first headshot, it just wasn't enough against the Vandal.
Yeah, I mean that was a great start to the round there again from Ace with the Killjoy ult. You know, I think Germs felt confident that one might have tried to push through and maybe destroy the ult. So he was able to get one and cause the rest of Cryptid to back up, and then they expected the rotate and were able to just pick them off one by one and close out the round because of that opening play by Germs.
Yeah, there's the KO flashes,
Man,
all the utilities.
they are
sent
flying
through
onto
the
site.
ult. Yeah, they are not slowing down. I mean, we were barely 20 seconds into the round, and barely 10 seconds, 20 seconds in the round, and they already have the spike down. So now here comes the retake attempt. Oh, Key.
So many. There's so many. Oh, he's able to get
There's
two.
two.
Unity with one.
Has the opportunity for
1v3 for Reshiram.
Reshiram trying to do some damage, but Key swings out through the Harbor Smoke, gets the last shot on, and that's 4K on the round for Key. And I mean, the trigger discipline was there.
Absolutely.
You know?
The way to get to that power position quick enough. Also a little bit of luck, you know, hoping that Ace wouldn't check that corner, because, you know, how could you expect Key to be there so quickly? So I don't really blame Ace in that situation. But good trigger discipline, like you said, of Key to be patient, is able to get 4 on the round and just take over for him. I believe was the first one on site as well, so just take over around there from Key.
Yeah, definitely a little bit of a breakout round, as they were able to pick up a little bit of steam right there. And now something very similar to what we've seen in the past, you know, showing a lot of signs towards the A site, but not fully committing quite yet.
Yeah, we are seeing a little bit more support come in from Ace towards this A site. See, but they're already rotating back. They thought Cryptid playing slow actually just benefited them there, because Ace started to rotate back towards the B site, and now they've got they're on A. They're on A. They have control of Heaven. I mean, this is set up perfectly from Cryptid.
Yeah, And Key finding that opening with the showstoppers just cements their hold a little bit stronger, but still looking for more swing. Oh
Oh, what
my
a snap,
gosh. What a transfer right there.
man.
And now they're just gonna continue pushing into CT, it
I mean,
seems.
and they've got heaven locked up. They've got two right there.
Flawless.
Once again, just perfect setup there from Cryptid. Obviously, phenomenal shots from Key, but that patience there at the beginning of the round, once Ace realized, they thought, Cryptid's not coming here anymore. They haven't made any noise. We're gonna start, flaking back to B, and then there were already two on B site, one mid, and two kind of hovering at A. Cryptid just ran through. Key got the first one, and then they had it set up so quickly after that pause. And that's what's so dangerous. I'm seeing from Cryptid is that they either rotate quick, and that makes Ace start to think, where are they coming from, or they'll just play it slow and completely trick you, like we saw the last round.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of different looks from Cryptid on this attack side already, and I mean we've still got like a third of the side to play. So, um, they're definitely comfortable, it seems, on this map, and
Yeah.
already, yeah, we're seeing that rotate. But Risher, I think, I think they hear all of these steps coming through,
Hmm.
so
Yeah,
it's
we're gonna
definitely
see
not a
they're
miss.
sprinting over to A now. Let's see if
Yeah, it's
Cryptid.
definitely not
Oh,
missed.
great use of the
And
Killjoy right there.
yeah, that just was able
Able
to
to hold him a little bit.
delay and oh,
Ooh, that's a massive pick.
Frost
Oh,
trying to push up and
Key
get the
from mid though.
wall
Key
down,
could
but
be
was able.
huge here from mid on the flank.
And Meowington even up
Oh,
on pushing up towards ramps. They don't
he's
seem
got to
to
go.
be aware.
They're both on the flank now. Are they gonna be able to get the diffuser?
I don't
Not
think
able to get
so.
the diffuser.
Player standing.
Oh man, that was a great retake there, from Ace. Huge opening pick by Mosaic to give him numbers before they got the spike down. Just a little bit too late out of Key and Meowington. Um, but good on Ace to recognize that was their chance. They had a nice window there to go and quickly diffuse because the other two weren't anywhere to be seen right there.
Hmm. And I think we're going into a little bit of a tech pause again. Like we said, it's not a online event without some
Exactly.
some
You
tech
gotta love it,
issues.
or else it'll drive
You
you
gotta
crazy.
have it. You
So you
gotta
just
have it.
gotta
You can't
appreciate
avoid it.
it for giving you a bit of
Um,
respite.
but I do want to say, like, I know we've been saying this a lot, especially for this match. Like, it's just timing, timing,
Mhm.
timing. But I mean, I mean, right
Yeah.
there, that's what it seemed like. That's what it just came down to for Ace.
Mhm.
Um, it just went in their favor that when they went for the retake. You know, um, you know, we saw like Frost, for example. They had sight.
Mhm.
Frost tries to get the wall down, the Sage wall down to lock off the CT side, and they swing right as Frost puts away their weapon. Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's unfortunate, but that's just the way the game goes sometimes.
Yeah.
Um,
One thing I'm learning from watching so many different competitions and games, whether it be Valorant or League of Legends, especially, or Call of Duty. I don't understand how League works, but I still like watching it because it's cool. But
mhm,
the timing is a skill. A lot of it
yeah,
is luck, but if you get enough repetitions and enough practice, you start to kind of remember and understand timings. Like if you aren't noticing anything from the front, maybe look behind you and you might be able to get a good timing there. But the more I'm watching competitive esports, I'm learning that timing is in fact a skill. And we're seeing a good use of it here from Ace, as we're getting active on B side early.
yeah. You be finding that opening pick on a Dr. Coolin.
Ooh,
Ooh, the long
long shot.
range
Long shot.
from downtown,
Just
and
hit him with the nade. Wow.
yeah,
One enemy remaining.
We're in a
wow,
4v1 from Ace. Just man.
wow.
Again,
Ace
good chemistry.
shuts down the
Last
rush
round in
from
the half.
Cryptid right there.
That's like the second or third time we've seen Ace just be ready for Cryptid's aggression. Germs and Typicality leading the charge, especially able to find those opening picks. The long shot with the rocket launcher from Germs, and then I believe bounced Raises grenade off of Meowington, which
Yeah.
didn't let him get the kill with it. But that's that nice accuracy there using Raises equipment from Germs.
Yeah, it is
Oh,
kind of funny to because that's not exactly something you see too often with util bouncing off of opponents. Um,
Restroom just gave Ubity a haircut. I wonder if Restroom is going to peek this again. He might try to. No,
I mean, it looks like he's thinking about it a little
he's
bit. You
thinking
can
about
see
it, but
his
I think that
outline,
Rage
but
drone kind of pushed him back.
yeah, and seems as though Cryptic not liking exactly what they're
Hmm.
seeing down mid, just deciding to uh,
Ooh,
push out
see, there
onto
it
A,
is.
and already you can see up on your
I mean,
mini
they've
map that
got.
Bunny Fufu already on site.
Yeah, I mean, Cryptid's just got to follow in there, and they'll
Key,
be able to get a free plant. Man,
yeah, and Key with the
Key's
lure.
presence in mid this match has just been outstanding.
Spike planted.
Good trade. But then a 2v3 for Ace with Spike down. They're gonna have to work together if they want to be able to take Cryptid off these power spots.
Meowington actually in a really good position, going to be able to see any type of cross that
Hmm.
happens. And really the only way to clear that position is to go that way. So
Yeah.
they're just looks like they're just going to try and smoke everything out, and but as they jump out from heaven, the crosses are held. UBD and Bunny Fufu
Switching
take care of it.
sides.
Yeah, that was just a good setup there. From Cryptid after getting Spike down, they had Ubity on site holding if they were able to actually make it through the cross or push out far enough. So Ubity was able to get that last kill. But Bunny Fufu and not Bunny Fufu. Yes, I'm forgetting.
Yes, it was Meowington, UBD, and Bunny Fufu
Yes,
with the last
Meowington and
kill.
Bunny Fufu had the cross. Right, thank you.
Hmm.
Yeah, by ramp, Bunny Fufu by ramp. Uh, no, I am going crazy. Meowington by ramp, Bunny
Mixed up. Yeah,
Fufu
it's all
under
good. It's all
heaven.
good.
There we go. There
Yeah,
we
there you
go.
go.
Just
Yeah,
man, I love
Meowington was on
Valorant.
ramps,
I
Fufu
love
was by
Valorant.
CT, UBD was backside, and they just kind of had all their bases covered right
Yeah,
there, and it worked out perfectly. Just how they drew it
um,
up.
absolutely. Going into the first round of the second half, it'll be interesting to see how Ace tries to attack after watching Cryptid's either outright aggression or insane stalling. Let's see what Ace has got cooked up on the attack.
Looks like they're trying to decide
They
whether
might get
or not they
aggressive
want to
through
go for
ramp.
ramps. Oh, UBD seeing the cross
Ooh,
back. There's gonna be some gunfights. UBD finding the first onto Restroom. Key just
Yubi with the
holding this
second as
entry.
well.
The flash
He's looking for more.
through does blind, but just can't find the bodies.
Gonna get it.
One enemy remaining. There.
Typicality
He's left in a
stuck.
1v4.
They're just gonna be coming from
Yeah.
everywhere, and Key jumping down.
Hmm.
Lands that headshot with the right click, I believe, is what it sounded like.
Smart from Cryptid to just kind of outright sprint at Typicality in that situation, because
Hmm.
in games, like Valorant, if you kind of challenge them one by one, especially with the players in this league, you're gonna find that sometimes they can turn that 1v4 into a 1v1 and end up winning it. If you just give them multiple 1v1s, they can take advantage of that. So that was smart of Cryptid to kind of just overwhelm them and finish out that defensive round.
Yeah, and now just
Ooh,
slowing things down
nice
a little
shots with
bit.
the
The weapon
Marshall.
advantage already being seen from
Ooh,
Key, but a nice nade thrown in from Germs to get the
man,
trade.
Germs has been on point with these nades today.
Yeah, now that man advantage that was had by Ace is now just evened right back out. They're gonna try and have to figure something out, especially with only pistols on this save round. It might be a little bit more difficult.
Man, a lot of patience here from Ace. I like that because that's giving Cryptid a little bit of they don't know where they're at. They have no idea where they're at. See, they're going to B. I think Mosaic. Yep. You, what a phenomenal play here by Mosaic, making noise on B so that Cryptid rotates and Ace. We should see them start to make a push towards that A side.
30 seconds left.
Oh,
Oh,
Germ.
nice shots from Germs. But Meowington
The mid
finds
battles
the
have been
re.
insane this game. So many close gunfights.
Spike planted.
Oh, we got chaos.
Oh
Oh,
my
Germs with the
gosh,
third on the
no.
round.
Just running out of ammo, both sides having to try and switch to the knives, and Germs winning it out. But Ubity in a
Oh,
pretty good
great
situation,
timing.
just walking up onto site, finds the
He
first,
knows where
looking for
Dr.
the
Ghoul
second.
is.
Throws the molly to get them
One
off
enemy
of that
remaining.
Wow.
angle, and Germs finds the fourth on the round, maybe even looking for the ace.
Oh,
Gonna
is
be
he gonna get it?
Meowington goes for the
No.
swing, but no.
Meowington brings
Meowington
it back
shuts it down.
1v1.
Just running out of time though. They're gonna have to get
Oh, this is
on
a
to
great
site
position.
soon.
Great position from Dr. Ghoul.
And yeah, just
Yeah.
not enough time. So great hold right there.
Yeah.
Great hold from Cryptid, and a great job from Ace to be able to get that thrifty out. Well, I guess it wasn't officially a thrifty because it didn't give
The thrifty that
the
we hear
thrifty.
whenever it's a
Yeah,
thrifty. But
yeah.
I know what you mean. Yes.
But I still believe it was just
Yeah.
because I mean they had like a couple ghosts and that was it. It
Yeah.
seemed like. So really, really good job to be able to win that second round right there. From Ace.
Yeah. I mean, we're seeing kind of a lot of patience. Um, and I don't see it as a lack of confidence from Ace by any means, but I'm seeing it more so as patience. They're waiting to get that opening pick, waiting to hear the defender start to rotate before they commit to a side. And I think there's that first pick, so we probably will see Ace start to make a play towards this B site, or maybe they'll go through mid.
And Key able to back up through vents, just barely being able to
Yep.
survive as there was a quick little spray from multiple people. But that creates the space available for Ace to be able to move up
Ooh,
through mail. Ubity
nice
does
shots.
find the headshot onto Germs, but traded it immediately out by typicality.
Yeah, just seeing now Ace is going to start to get aggressive. I thought they might have. Nah, they are. Okay. They are playing tight as a team. That's why you saw that quick trade there from typicality. That's what we saw Ace do well on defense. Their tight team play is what gives them such an advantage. He is able
Nice
to bring
kill.
this back to a 3v3, even numbers.
Oh,
Oh,
my
unfortunate.
gosh.
Unfortunate 2v2, 2v1. Man.
Wow.
I think I cursed him. I might have given him the caster curse. I was just highlighting Ace's outstanding teamwork because you just saw them, checking cross corners checking crosses as they were going on to site, playing each other's trades. But as soon as I pointed it out, Cryptic kind of just hits some nice shots and runs out of ammo and unfortunate timings. I think I might have done that to them. Sorry, Ace. But we know you'll bounce back.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Yeah, that was a great retake from Cryptid. Just isolating those 1v1s
Mm-hmm.
right there, Key, doing a great job, just one gunfight at a time. And I mean it just worked out perfectly for them as they made their way onto site.
Yeah, a lot of big sheriff kills that round coming in for Cryptid. They were on the light buy, I believe, too. So great job there out of Cryptid to kind of hold Ace before they got any big momentum. Oh, nice pick from Germs.
Germ's so good on those opening gunfights.
If
And
Ace might try to
just
start to
continuing that
get
momentum.
quick onto this B site.
Oh,
Oh,
you see the
definitely
shoulder
saw
of
him.
Frost going
Ow,
for the
another nice
kill.
shot.
And man, Germs.
Satchel out.
So good as an entry for Ace. And just continuing to move forward, shoots the showstopper and doesn't quite get a pick. I think got a little bit of damage in, not
Just
quite
look at how
sure.
tight Ace is playing, that makes it so hard to, we saw it last round, but for Cryptid to really get back onto these retakes is because of how tight and how close Ace play. I mean, they're set up well.
Yeah, and now on this attempted retake, we see
Barring
Germs take
great
another
shots
pick.
from Key.
Getting a quick 2.
We're in a 2v2. Never mind.
Satchel out. One enemy remaining.
Retakes. Oh
Player
my
standing.
gosh, coming down to 1v1.
I gotta stop. I gotta stop.
Holy.
I keep giving him the caster curse. I gotta stop.
Cryptid's retakes are incredible.
Man, maybe. I think you might be right. I don't think it's Ace's just
I don't think it's
setups
Ace's
that is the
holds.
problem. Yeah, it's just Key you always finds the opener, and either Ubity or Meowington gets another one, and then Key gets 2 more.
Yeah.
On every retake. That was a great opening pick there from Key. Just man, great. Yeah, like you said, great retakes there from Cryptid, and we're at 8-8 here. This is a wonderfully close game of Valorant.
Yeah, I mean, just incredible right there. But already
Mm.
Ace trying to lurk up A main a little bit, but Ubity in a pretty good position at the top of the ramps right here to be able to shut any attempt down. Just
Yeah,
gonna
I
have to
wonder if
wait and see
Ace
though.
will start to, maybe make quicker calls. They might start doing it here.
Oh, Ubity's got a
Oh, he's
good
gonna check his corner.
opportunity.
Is he gonna check his corner? No, he's not.
Finds the first, and that's Spike now.
Oh,
Down A.
he's
Throws
looking
the
for more.
first, re-swing and re-engage.
Bunny Fufu with another.
Dumping utility now as the
Key
rest
with
of
the
Ubity's
third.
team has now arrived to the scene.
Man.
Key and Bunny Fufu just shutting things down.
Oh, yeah. I mean, just
Satchel out.
maybe that's why we see Ace try to take a slower side approach to their attacks, because they didn't open that round with a pick. They didn't wait for any intel. They kind of just went, and got unlucky checking their corners. Ubity was able to get one, and then Bunny Fufu, and then Key Fufu Key. So it was just, I think, a little bit unlucky for Ace, but great awareness, great setup by Cryptid on the defense. But maybe Ace might try that same approach that they just had over towards A onto this B site. We do see Viper already there, Meowington.
And I think that's a one-way.
Poison's
A
off.
little bit. Might
That
be a little
might-
high.
That might be. Well, it's gone now, but
Close.
Raybot's gonna give them the intel they need. Oh,
Poison
It'll
ore
do a little bit of
eliminated.
damage, not too much, but there's the nade that might do the damage done.
Ooh.
Kill? No, not
Super
quite,
weak.
Still not quite yet. And oh yeah, there's the harbor ult, there's the KO ult. This is gonna be a really hard hold
Yeah.
for
Tons of aggression
Frost.
from
Frost is gonna get gunned down by Germs, and Dr. Ghoul will find one for themselves as well.
I think I might have had my teams mixed up last round, but
Now it's gonna be down to the retake again for Cryptid in this 3v5. Bunny Fufu, good positioning,
Oh.
finds the first.
on the flank,
Able
3v4.
to get a little bit of information on the dismiss, and Key just going for some of these gunfights, finds one as well as
They have
Bunny
numbers
Fufu.
advantage.
Now it's starting to even back out, and now it's just one left, and Cryptid again on the retake. That was a 3v5
Man.
retake, and I don't know
Key
what to say.
and Bunny Fufu keep making some of the best retakes that I've seen in a long, long time. I think this is the chemistry that I've been talking about. You know, Bunny Fufu and Key have just. It seems like they know exactly which way to look. They have each other's backs when they start to retake, and it just works out. You know, I think Aces holds and Aces setups after they get the spike down are great. You know, they're on site, they have each other's crosses, but Key or Bunny Fufu is able to find that first one, and then Ace might start, maybe to get a little nervous. They know that one of their areas might be open to a cryptid attack now, and they just pick them off one by one by one.
Mhm.
I just think it's outstanding play that we're seeing from Cryptid's players today.
Yeah, and it's
Kai,
also,
I
oh,
apologize. I apologize.
it's also one of the things. Their util usage is a big part of what I believe for their ability to retake as well. They're using the rays,
Mhm.
Roomba, nades, they're using the
Yeah,
flashes. They're combining everything together to work out perfectly to where they know they can narrow down where they need to look. Because the hardest part about retaking is just looking in the right direction,
yeah.
right? And they're using their abilities to be able to narrow those
Mhm.
options down to where they're almost always looking in the right spot.
Yeah. Yeah. I see often that Kai, I apologize, um, would use early gunfights going down here at B. Kai would often use his nades to push the ace players out of their positions, get them, and then just do that over and over again. And that's how Cryptic keeps getting these retakes. But Ace is going to get the spike down. Nice harbor use there from Dr. Ghoul. A little bit of a different approach here. After getting the spike down, never mind. Never mind. They're pushing back up
Bunny
on the side
Fufu
that we've
already
seen before.
on this site,
Ooh,
moving forward. Ubity with the flashes of forwards and more flashes being
man.
thrown, and Ubity
Ooh,
with a quick two,
typicality
but
with 3.
finally traded
Oh,
out.
the timing.
2v1 and
Man.
Frost finds the pick onto Risherim, and Kai getting the defuse right there, and again, for the millionth time, it seems like Cryptid with the retake,
Yeah.
and they're just looking unstoppable.
I mean, and it was Ubity that really started that retake that round. We've been
Hmm.
highlighting Kai and Bunny Fufu, but Ubity, gets 2 early in that, and Meowington got the first. To
Hmm.
bring it to a 4v4, so a little less numbers overall on the map before the round truly starts. But these retakes from Cryptid have them up 11-8. Man, just also super unfortunate for typicality right there at the end with the timing of that reload. I think
Hmm.
I think with 3 on that round, he was definitely feeling himself and could have gotten that fourth and maybe even turned it to an ace clutch. But we are now into the next round and seeing Cryptid with a nice setup, but Ace with their slower attack that we've seen a few times this game.
I actually like this push coming in from Ubity. It's
Ooh,
narrowing down
yeah.
the options of
Mm-hmm.
Cryptid. Because now they just know, right?
Yeah. Hear that alt may scatter quick. Mm.
Yeah, it's not going to get anything, but still pushes the attack back a little bit more
Oh,
as they
Ubity.
continue to put more pressure.
A.
Ubity finds the opening, and Kai as well onto Germs after the initial pick.
Good flash there.
Flash finishes it off as well.
Oh,
Now,
timing.
last 2 players stuck in
30
market, it
seconds
seems.
left.
They're just going to try and hunt them down.
One enemy remaining.
Guy with another. Yeah, they're just getting aggressive. Oh, unfortunate there for Reshiram. Just man, that was an aggressive
Match point.
defense there from Cryptid. Um,
Yeah, that was
that's
not
kind of the
exactly
first time
expected.
we've seen that this match, and it
Yeah.
definitely paid off well. I think that might have been their best overall. That might have been one of the first rounds they won, not on a retake.
Hmm.
So it would be interesting to see if they try that again to close out the game, as they are now on match point. or if we see Ace kind of just, you know, be aggressive and try to get, it looks like, on this B site early.
Yeah, that was definitely interesting because, you know, these last few rounds, it's been mainly just
You should run.
get a pick here or there, and then get off of site and retake. That was like you said, that was like one of the first times we've seen them get really aggressive on the defense.
Yeah, I
It
think
looks
what's
like
this? Yep.
Frost. Yeah, yeah. Kai tried to help with the blast back to get Frost out of that
They are going to be able to get that
Killjoy ult,
spike
but
down.
will get caught. And yeah, there's the spike down. So 5v5 post plant right here. So we'll see if Cryptid is going to be able to work their magic again for this retake.
Ace just needs to play as patient as they can and force Cryptid to come after them.
Standing.
And yeah,
Just like
there
that.
it is.
Just like that. Great job here from Ace. The composure. Don't
Yeah,
get the pick
Meowington.
necessarily on Meowington. They don't know that they're there, but yeah. Meowington's just going to save the gun, give the round to Ace. Much better post-plant situation and setup there from Ace. You know, they didn't let Kai or Bunny Fufu or Yubdi start to get some of those early picks that'll let Cryptid fight back into these rounds and get the retake. But they stayed holding the crossers and in kind of in their setup and didn't give Cryptid any chance to fight back into that round. So they aren't done quite yet. You know, 9-12. We've seen bigger comebacks. And I will
Yeah.
never complain about getting to watch and commentate more Valorant.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, like you said, just a solid hold right there from Ace. Just gunfights going their way right there. This is an interesting angle right here
Ooh,
they've got.
is that an op I see? It sure is.
Yeah.
Oh,
Interesting.
he gets it.
Yeah.
He gets it. Numbers
Nice
advantage
opening
for
pick.
Cryptid.
That's huge because that's on Germs, and Germs has been consistently the entry for Ace, so that might slow them down a little bit here.
Yeah, I mean we're seeing Ace kind of take a reserved approach to this round now that their entry man has fallen. Although Mosaic with a nice return pick, but Meowington able to get the trade, keep that numbers advantage for Cryptid as they're Cryptid, like that we saw that one round, is kind of closing in. Oh, Meowington hears them. They know. Cryptid knows where Ace is. Oh,
Nice shot from Dr.
Great.
Ghoul.
30 seconds.
great work there out of Ace to bring it back to a 3v3.
Last player standing.
Oh,
Ooh. Kai with a quick 2, and now Ghoul stuck at the bottom of Rams, going to have to try and take this away with Kai, and no.
Defenders
Landing
win.
the final headshot that solidifies the win for Cryptid.
Kai with